Good afternoon, everyone. A few legal developments in Cyprus, but I thought further to yesterday, I'd just run you very quickly through, since we are a new member, to the current legal framework. Just a couple of slides. We have the main legislation, which is implementation of EU directives. So a lot of you would be very familiar with the legal framework concerning that. That's the EU Directive 114 of 2006 and 29 of 2005. And we have the radio and television broadcasting stations law, which regulates the establishment, the installation and the operation of the private radio and the television bodies in Cyprus. Now, in addition to the main legislative acts, we also have advertising laws which are related to specific industries in Cyprus. This is consumer credit, insurance and the reinsurance business, and of course medicinal products and health protection. Now, government institutions who are tasked with controlling the advertising industry is the Competition and Consumer Protection Service. This is the Ministry of Trade. And we also have the Cyprus Radio and Television Authority, which is an independent body, which was founded by law. And this goes back to what I was saying yesterday about the interaction, sorry, Stacy, about the interaction between administrative law and the civil courts. So you have certain decisions that are taken against the clients, which are challenged in the administrative courts, and you have certain decisions that are goes either the civil court route or the criminal court route, depending on what infringement there is. So case law, there is much more recent case law, but this is more or less a seminal case, and which has been reaffirmed in all the recent cases. So I thought in the short time we had now, this is the basic principle under Cypriot law, and that the purpose of the law is to regulate the advertisements and to prohibit abuse and avoid chaos in the media. So this is more or less the stance the court will take in deciding on any public body's decision to regulate an advertisement or prohibit it. So they will look at the overall picture. Our administrative court will either approve a decision or it will negate a decision. It will not substitute its judgment for what the regulatory body has decided. It's an annulling court. And from the civil side, the main case, this was something that we were involved in, having seen an ECJ decision that essentially said that prescribing or limiting sales periods at specific times was found by the ECJ to be contrary to EU law. I informed one of the biggest retailers in Cyprus, which is Hermes department stores, and because they had a lot of problems in Cyprus, we had very prescribed sales periods, and they actually remained open in contravention of the law. The government took them to court. It was a criminal case because it is a criminal offense under Cypriot law. And they lost at first instance, but were vindicated on appeal. And so this is, again, at least for Cyprus, one of the main advantages of having a more global aspect, in the sense that something that was never before challenged in Cyprus was indeed challenged because of developments in Europe and was successful and changed the legal regime, and the law was amended as a consequence. Thank you very much.